Know what could really help you sort through these important issues?
What?
Orange Mocha Frappuccino! Yeah!
Yeah!
Come on, man! Come on!
You put the boom into my heart. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week we're trying to bridge the very strange gap betwixt orange and mocha. An unorthodox combination to be sure, but first we have to figure out how to effectively make a Frappuccino at home, which is a little bit more complicated than you might think. As you can see, I'm combining iced coffee, milk, and ice in the jar of a high-powered blender, which yields this slushy nonsense. That's because the iced coffee and milk have nothing to bind themselves together. In fact, if you look here into the jar of the... Damn it. That's classic. That's classic Babish. Anyway, after only 30 seconds or so, you can see this is separating into its base components. So we need us a stabilizer, and Starbucks accomplishes theirs by making a simple syrup with xanthan gum in it. So we're going to start off by making simple syrup, which is simple enough. Just mix together 1 cup each sugar and water and bring to a simmer. Make sure all the sugar is dissolved, removed from the heat, and allowed to cool completely. Once we got it nice and cooled off, it's time to incorporate the xanthan gum. This is a thickener commonly used in gluten-free baking, and you can find it in Whole Foods or in the ever-growing Bob's Red Mill aisle, taking over most grocery stores. We're adding about 1 tablespoon to our 2 cups worth of simple and blending on high speed until completely incorporated and relatively thick. And there you have it, Starbucks Frappuccino base. Our means to thicken and heavily sweetened blended coffee drinks of all types. And as you can see, the addition of just a few tablespoons into our coffee, milk, and ice mixture brings the 3 together into a menage a frap. And almost as importantly, keeps the 3 together in an emulsified mixture for a good long time after blending. And there you go, we have achieved all the characteristics of a Frappuccino. Now we just gotta nail down the flavor. We're gonna start with about 2 cups of ice, to which we are going to add a whopping 6 tablespoons of our xanthan gum simple syrup, because grande Frappuccinos clock in around 65 grams of sugar. Additionally, we're going to add a tablespoon of chocolate syrup and a tablespoon of orange juice concentrate. Then I've got 1 cup of actual Starbucks branded iced coffee and 3/4 of a cup of milk. Blend on high speed for about 45 seconds or on your blender's totally unnecessary smoothie mode. Then while we wait, we just got to get the cup ready. Go ahead and label that with my name spelled incorrectly. And then they don't usually do this, but I like the look when they swirl the inside of the cup with chocolate syrup. Add our Frappuccino, top up with a healthy mound of canned whipped cream, and add the final touch of a light drizzle of more chocolate syrup on top. Top it up with the signature dome lid and a straw, and there you have it, a homemade orange mocha Frappuccino. But how does it taste? Not that good. Orange, coffee, and chocolate are not the best of friends. Plus, I think we can do better in a number of respects, starting with the coffee. Cold brew is the hot thing right now, so to speak. So we're going to make our own cold brew concentrate. Into a French press goes 5 ounces of coarsely ground dark roast coffee and 24 ounces of water. Give it a little stir to make sure that everybody's moistened. Cover with plastic wrap and fridge for 12 to 18 hours. While that's gone, we can work on the other elements of our future Frappuccino. How about we start with the chocolate syrup? 1.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of water, and 1 cup of good cocoa powder, joined together in a medium saucepan. I also like to add a pinch of salt and a few other things down the line. We're bringing that up to a simmer and tiny whisking until everyone has dissolved. Then towards the end of cooking, I'm going to add a little sprinkle each of instant coffee and vanilla extract, both of which serve to enhance the chocolate's flavor. Once the syrup is nice and syrupy, go ahead and pour it into a glass container and let it cool completely before bottling. Next and last is the whipped cream. Into a medium bowl goes 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and the scraped contents of 1 pod of vanilla. It's also here that I think the orange flavor is going to be most welcome. So after mixing these guys together, I'm going to add a little hint of orange extract. You could also use orange zest if you wanted to beat your whipped cream by hand, but I'm not trying to mess with piping bags right now when I've got a brand new nitrous-powered whipped cream dispenser, into which I'm going to deposit this heavy cream mixture before affixing the nitrous canister, giving it a little shake, and doing a little test squirt to make sure that everybody's getting whipped properly. Last but not least, 12 hours have elapsed and we're ready to extract our cold brew. First, do the obvious and go ahead and press the grinds down, and then you can optionally filter your cold brew through your coffee filter of choice for a cleaner cup. This recipe yields a concentrate that can be diluted with equal parts water. Once that's done, it's time to use it in our frap. Same deal as before with the ice and the xanthan syrup. a healthy squirt of our homemade chocolate syrup, 3/4 of a cup of milk, and 1 cup of our homemade cold brew. Blend for 45 seconds, yada yada yada, decorate the cup. Realize while you're doing your voiceover that you learned how to do this when you worked at the Godiva in the mall, and that they don't actually do that chocolate swirl thing at Starbucks, but just push your feelings down, top up with whipped cream, hit it with one last drizzle, and top up with the dome lid. Please look away as I violate health and safety regulations, and serve to the unsuspecting customer. And I gotta say, I'm a fan of this version. Better coffee, better chocolate, and the orangey whipped cream is kind of like a nice treat at the end. And hey, we've got all this iced coffee, we've got a nitrous whipper, how about we make some nitro cold brew? Which is way easier than it sounds. Just pour your cold brew into your nitrous whipper, affix nitrous canister, give it a little shake, and dispense into your nearest awaiting glass with ice in it. Nitro cold brew is a little smoother, a little sweeter than regular iced coffee, and it's got this nice beer-like foamy head on top, almost like a Guinness. And since I'm doing 30 days with no alcohol, this is the closest I'm gonna get.